All right, I'm gonna try to finish this in the next couple minutes. Aaron from Big Facts. My internet kept going out. Don't know if it's gonna hold. We'll go as fast as we can. So we left off. We were talking about the Sixers with Indiana, with Boston, hypothetical trade situations, Simmons going to the Celtics, and the Pacers being able to give the Sixers Oladipo and Kemba Walker. Justin just called me and seems to think that Kemba Walker and Oladipo would not work well together. I happen to disagree. It's all about spacing. Both those guys can get their own shot. Both those guys can spread the floor. If Ben Simmons, hypothetically, does not start shooting the ball this season, he will be moved. He will definitely be moved before Joel Embiid. But you can only bring in a guy like Chris Paul with his type of contract or make some type of trade that you want to trade for a dominant guard if you get rid of Al Horford's contract. So that's first and foremost. OKC might be willing to take a contract like that. If Chris Paul's leaving, they want a big guy. They want to get some trade value for Steven Adams and want to move him and just let Horford's contract run out. Regardless, it's a bad contract. Tobias Harris has the second biggest contract on the team, Ben Simmons, and then Joel Embiid afterwards. I'm not, I want to see Ben and Joel work out. They've been here. I think Ben Simmons' potential is higher than anybody's in the league if he can develop a shot, but he's got to want to develop the shot. He's got to hit it at a decent ticket for them not to trade him. They're in win now mode, guys. There's a couple of 3 years left plus on their top three guys' contract: Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. There is a 5-year contract to Doc Rivers, a 5-year contract to Daryl Morey. Elton Brand's contract has been talked about, but it's running out, I believe, in the next 2 years. They're in 2-year win now mode. They're willing to give up some draft picks. They want to move the Horford contract, and I think they would be willing to give up Ben Simmons if he does not develop or want to shoot that shot. Offense is about spreading the floor. Kemba Walker, Victor Oladipo, even if you could just get an Oladipo to play along with Joel Embiid and possibly keep a Ben Simmons. But again, it doesn't solve your problem if Ben Simmons does not shoot the basketball. So that's all I really have. Ideal scenario is to keep both and for Ben Simmons to start shooting the basketball and get rid of this Horford contract so we can start getting some shooters around these guys and see how that works out. If Ben Simmons takes 3 or 4 threes a game and can shoot at 33 to 35%, problem solved. We'll see if Doc Rivers can do that. We'll see how Daryl Morey reacts to how the season starts. And Justin and I will either be back with you tomorrow night, Saturday night, or sometime in the next 2 days before we give you our picks on Sunday. And then next Wednesday, we'll get into some draft coverage. I've just heard a report that LaMelo Ball's started to interview with some teams, and he is blowing his interviews. If you don't think that's going to hurt his draft stock with the background that he has with his family, you're kidding yourself. If he has bad interviews like that, he's a cocky guy. He's been playing pro basketball. He was a potential number 1 pick. I can almost guarantee he drops 3-4 slots if his interviews are not going well, because you have a personality issue with the LaMelo Ball plus the whole aura of that entire family. That would just be a disaster if he's blowing these interviews. So the Sixers aren't in position to land him either way. So we'll talk about the guys that the Sixers could land, and we'll be back with you next week to discuss more basketball. Next episode will probably be a little more of Morey, so Justin can give you his thoughts on the situation. And then we will get into Sunday with our NFL picks. It is Dallas week. Dallas has not covered the spread in any game this week. Little tidbit for you guys, and they have their third-string quarterback with no offensive line. This is going to be similar to a Jets game, I can tell you that. But the Jets did put up a fight against the Bills last week somehow, so we'll see how it goes. We'll be back. Aaron from Big Facts. Share the episode. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on Spotify. Do your thing. Question, comment. We'll be here. Just giving you the facts. Take it easy.